My mother tells me that when I was 2 years old, I was taking a shower and imitating opera singers and telling her one day I will be an opera singer. Of course, it didn't happen. I did study opera at some point, but I became more of a singer-songwriter. And I'm very inspired by the Ladino language, which is a Jewish Spanish language that my grandmother used to speak. And I am trying to revive it because it's almost dying out by writing new songs in a dead language. Somehow, when I write music, I feel that I have a little bit of help. That is not only coming from me. It's like this little magic that happens, and I have this little helper that brings me or whispers in my ears the songs. It's not someone or something, but just sometimes the ideas. I feel like the ideas have their own existence, and then when you get goosebumps or that you feel like, oh, there is something is coming through your body, like this little thrill of enjoyment, then it's usually when an idea is trying to get your attention and they want to exist through you. So I think a big part of being a composer is to actually listen to the ideas that are coming to you and then choose the ones that you want to collaborate with. From the ideas, I feel like they're finding me, like they are coming to me. But a lot of times it's not so much about the big things that are happening in the world. It's mostly personal experience of me or of my friends, or just a feeling that you have about something that you love a lot. Like, for instance, most of the songs that are in the new album, Ke Haber, which means what's new, are inspired by my grandmother. So when I was a kid, we would sit together in the kitchen and cook, and she would always sing when she would cook. And I think that's why a lot of my love for music and also love for cooking is coming from. And this whole project is kind of dedicated for her because she spoke Ladino and she passed away, and now Ladino is dying out. So I want to preserve the memory of her, but also the memory of the language, so we don't lose something that is very inspiring and I think important in our lives. I'm not listening to music anymore, actually. It's a big secret. About 20 years ago, I felt like, as a composer, that I have too much influence from the outside, and every time I write a song, I was actually duplicating songs that I've heard. So I made a decision to not listen to music anymore, for fun. So I won't get influence, especially not repeating the same album again and again. So let's say if a good artist that I like would release a new album, I will listen to it once, but I will not play it again. So, and also if a friend is releasing an album, then of course I will listen once, but I usually don't listen anymore on a regular basis. When I go home, I don't turn on the radio or put on a CD. Yeah, I want to be able to create music that is really me and not something that I've heard somewhere. So by doing this elimination, it helps me to be true with my composition. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Ke Haber is the album that I just released in January, and the meaning is what is new. And the idea is to create new traditions in a culture that is almost gone. So most people who speak Ladino today, they're above the age of 70. So the culture is really dying out. So all the friends of my grandmother, they're already dead. Only several people in Europe still speak Ladino. And the people who do speak Ladino, they also don't speak it as a mother tongue. And there is a big gap between the older generation and young people. And what I want to do is to inspire people my age, or maybe younger than me even, to look for their own roots. It doesn't have to be about Ladino. My idea is more about inspiring people to look for their own roots. And I sometimes even hear that from people that come to my shows. Oh, I really liked the story about your grandmother, so I have another grandmother from Tangier or from Algeria or from Yemen, and I'm going to ask her about the stories. So by recreating these stories and maybe writing new songs, writing new texts, you're not reliving the past, you're actually creating a new tradition. Most people who sing in Ladino, they only sing the traditional songs. There aren't a lot of singer-songwriters. So yeah, I'm trying to bring this new tradition to life. So many plans. Well, right now we're working on a project with an orchestra, so there will be this Ladino concert, so a lot of Latin influences, but with a classical symphony orchestra. So we're going to do some kind of a crossover to bring the Orient and the Occident, and put the cultures together. And I think that Ladino music is very sexy. It has a lot of passion, and to put the orchestra underneath this could be like an explosion for all the senses, especially if the orchestration is very airy, that you leave a lot of layers open and not do something that is very dense. So I am very excited about that project, through arranging and composing the music. And I don't know yet if we will succeed to do it in 24. Maybe it will be for 25, but it's already in the making.